Hello. The episode that I have decided to present today is from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Season 8, Episode 6, entitled The Setup. This released on August 26th, 2021.
Or, wait, is that?
Yes, he's made me huffy. Do you know what happens when you refuse to punish cops for their mistakes? When police are treated as a separate class of citizen above the law? It breeds a lack of trust in the community, and that lack of trust means people won't help us with our investigations, or testify, or even call us when they're in danger. It makes them more scared of us than of criminals and gangsters. It makes them run when we approach, even though they've done nothing wrong. It makes the people see us as the enemy, which leads to more confrontation, more distrust. You wonder how Peralta can do his job when he's held accountable for his actions? I wonder how any of us can do our job if he's not.
What a bunch of bunk. This...
The final season of the show was set for a fall 2020 release, which was pushed back to fall 2021 due to COVID-19. The season was shrunk down to 10 episodes, and 4 of them were even scrapped during pre-production. The reason for this was the George Floyd protests against police brutality during the midst of the recent murders of primarily African-American individuals. This cultural shockwave reshaped the writing of the season to have more of a propaganda angle. Propaganda is a term used to describe the propaganda efforts to shape public opinion about police or counter criticism of police and anti-police sentiment, from Wikipedia. In the season, they create a police reform program and have multiple storylines dedicated to trying to deal with problems within the system. In this episode of the show, Detective Jake Peralta wrongfully arrests a man he considered a suspect in a case he wasn't supposed to be working. Not only that, he tailed the suspects in the hopes of finding intel that the suspect was actually an actor who was in on an operation led by the commissioner. This ended up being false. There was no operation, and Jake wrongfully arrested and followed an innocent man. Facing suspension, the commissioner comes to tell him that all of his problems will go away, but then Captain Holt delivers his speech, performed to perfection by the late Andre Braugher, who plays my favorite character in the show. Jake is moved by this speech and confesses his guilt on record and takes his suspension. At the end of the episode, Holt delivers one final line: "Things will be a lot better when a man doesn't have to lose his job for you to learn a lesson." Brian Tallarico from Vulture writes that the line seems to express the theme of the final season Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I agree. This show is foremost a sitcom about NYC detectives that is one of the funniest shows I've had the pleasure of watching. But this show, being as good as it is, can also balance drama and socio-political commentary. I think the message is also a very important one for our audiences to hear, said to us by an African-American man who is also gay, and also the captain of our favorite fictional police precinct. He's been discriminated against his whole career and succeeded despite the odds. Who better to present such a profound message to the audience? This show makes its political commentary work by balancing it with comedy, as it kind of softens the blow for the audience. Another NBC show that wasn't afraid to get political was Parks and Recreation. Many episodes tackled social topics, but the standout was Pawnee's Zoo. Heather Hendershot writes from How to Watch Television that it is worth marveling at the episode's efforts to humorously portray the collision of liberals and conservatives around the gay marriage issue, and to do so without bitterness. Though siding with gay rights, the program does not hate the other side. Rather, it contends that some differences are probably irreconcilable, and we simply have to find a way to get along, even if we cannot change the other's minds. Page 236. This connects to Brooklyn Nine-Nine Season 8's theme of change only being possible through accountability. Police reform can happen with the trust of the public. Division can be reversed if we get along. This season is a product of the times, and I think it said what it wanted to say, and wasn't concerned with losing its audience. It was the final chapter for these characters, and they sent them off in a mature way. I've read many reviews of the season, and for the most part they are positive. Others thought it was too concerned with its messaging and not enough with its laughs. I think this was a really good end to a show that went on just long enough and ingrained itself into history in the best way. Everyone who worked on this project, I thank you, and I thank you, the audience, for listening.